In today's episode, we're going to be trying to get a few more years out of this old water heater. This unit is probably about 20 years old, so I'm actually going to drain all the water out to flush it completely. And since there's no more water in it, I'm going to go ahead and install a full port valve. That way I could tie in a recirc later or just flush it a little bit quicker.
Hey, boy. While you drain that tank, could you just swap the drain live, boy?
I know the tank can hold a vacuum while you do that, but I never feel comfortable doing it with those plastic drain valves. And you could do it with the gas control valve, but I had all this extra stuff to do up top while I waited for the tank to drain. So I had big plans to remove this temperature and pressure relief valve and reinstall it elsewhere on the tank, but you can see later those ones got foiled as well. I noticed some corrosion on these nipples coming out of the water heater, so I'm just going to replace them with some brass. While I'm at it, I'm hoping this unit is going to last another 20 years, so why not prepare it for the worst case scenario. We're going to remove the cap where the anode is, hope and pray that my 1-inch socket fits, and it does not. So we're going to proceed with my original plan, which is going to be installing a powered anode into the temperature and pressure relief valve port and relocating the temperature and pressure relief valve. It went by pretty quick, but you just need a couple wraps of Teflon tape on that anode rod, and then you can tighten it into place. You'll preferably remove the old anode and reinstall it there, but obviously I'm not working with the best case scenario conditions. So we're going to finish tightening up my brass nipples and getting my face all in the shot, which I usually can avoid. I'm pretty new to this whole long form YouTube thing, and I definitely want to get more into it, but you guys are going to have to give me some grace until I get it all figured out. We're going to clean up the top of this water heater just a little bit. I mean, we're just going to leave it a little bit better than we found it. We're not going crazy here. At this point, my brother had just stopped by with a breakfast burrito and a much needed coffee, which gave me the energy to complete this installation. Once I get that hat reinstalled, I can install my adjustable vent 90 and then my hot and cold flex lines. At this point, we're almost ready to turn on the water. We just got to fix our temperature and pressure relief valve situation, which you'll see turned into a big ordeal. We got our red power cord going to the top of the anode. The silver ground loop will go through a zip screw into the water heater. Here's the moment of truth, the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm going to remove this plug from the water heater. Or maybe not. I'm going to grab all the pipe wrenches I own and try to turn that extension bar, but it just would not budge. I ended up stripping out that little plug.
You just need an impact wrench. Use an impact.
I just gave up. We went ahead and removed the hot side connections and installed a T there where I'm going to put the TMP. Doesn't look very beautiful, but it is going to serve its purpose, and it'll allow us to keep the anode and a TMP, which is very important. Sometimes in life you just need to know when to give up. So next time I'll be ready with that 1/1/16 socket, but for now we're just going to go ahead and finish up. It's 7 a.m. on a Saturday and I really just want to go home, but sometimes you got to do stuff that you don't really want to do for the sake of your social media presence and your future. I'm building something here and I know that it's going to be worth it in the long run. I'm going to finish up this installation with some Viega Pro Press fittings. It just makes sense. I'm a Viega Press Master, which is their new ambassador program. We got the rigid RP241 to squeeze these fittings. You can also rent one of these if you want to use copper press fittings. Now I fill the unit up so I can light it up, and hopefully my brother can take some hot showers here in the morning. I'm just going to finish installing the power supply with some zip ties to clean it up. Remember, you should be servicing your anode every 3 to 5 years. If you don't, your water heater will only last 8 to 12 years. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and have a great rest of your day.